What is up, guys? Welcome to the first Penoy Balot 3v3 or 4v4 Tokot Baboy Old School Gaming hosted by SCPH Old School Gaming Bad Trip para po sa mga 90s kids na mga gamers ng Starcraft, gusto ng nostalgia and nag-chill lang sa Starcraft at hahanap ng mga kalaro na kaedad nila. Spawning at the top left, the purple Protoss, it's Bad Trip with his what's this? Pink Zerg, Nubiscus. On the lower left, ang ating Terra naman ay si Pain in the Ass, the color gray Terran on the blue team. And lastly, Moss Gold, Demonsky. And on the red team, we have the blue Protoss, 30, going for the probes, and his friend Big Boss 69. Let's go, Big Boss 69. On our 3:30 3:30 position, we have Tepoj Narulab. And last but not the least, our co-caster, supposedly co-caster, Mr. Legit Shield. And now we will be changing the what do they call this? Our game colors so that we can see the true red and true blue teams, because it's hard to cast kapag syempre red or blue lang muna tayo, kasi kapag rainbow gaming tayo dyan, hindi natin kilala kung sino nagpapatayan. Pero Protoss is a Protoss, Zerg, Terran, and Zerg. Sa kabila naman, Protoss, Terran, Zerg. Okay. So ngayon, red, Nubiscus scouting. At the same time, wow! Magkatabi yung Zerg natin. Bukod dito sa ating isa pang blue Zerg. So they're scouting each other. And then, Legit Shield going for the scout on third base. And no, the expansion going to the 12 o'clock position, which is sa spot niya. Si Mr. 30 na gumagawa ngayon ng pylon. Lahat naman sila gumagawa ng mga supply depot. Pylon for Protoss Psy and Overlords for our Zerg players, so that they can get more control. So now Mr. Demonsky going for the fast, what's that? 8 pool. And Hibiscus going for the, where is Hibiscus? For the gas maneuver, so that he can get the faster 10th drone. On the other hand, our red team, gateway, and 2 gateways. We have 2 gateways here. Puproduce pa lang po ng barracks ang ating red Terran. Blue side, medyo aggressive tayo sa blue side na Protoss. We have double gate, and medyo chill lang to si Pain in the Ass. Medyo chill lang siya. Just continuing producing SCVs one at a time. And walling his Terran barracks so that no one can enter his base easily. So ngayon, maganda yung ginagawa nito ni Tepoj. Baloran Jopet. I think it's Baloran Jopet. Binaliktad niya lang yung Tepoj na Rulab. So Baloran Jopet, we'll call you Baloran Jopet. He's using the mineral lines and adding buildings so that he can have a semi-wall here. So, Red Zerg continuing to scout. And we'll find out that this Terran player is here. Pain in the Ass. A little disconnect right there. Pain in the Ass. So, hopefully no one will drop in the game so that makabuo lang tayo ng isang game na maganda-ganda. So now, Hibiscus going for the pool, 14 pool, very economic. And now we have Hibiscus. Is it Hibiscus here? Yeah, it's Hibiscus. No, it's Legit Shield. So, si Legit Shield naman, kumukuha siya ng... Ang hirap naman yan, flesh and pink, light pink pa. Okay, medyo lag lang po tayo, pero... The battle goes on. Another gateway. Okay lang yan. Okay lang yan, Sir Bad Trip. So we're having 2 gate as well for the 2 Protosses for the red team. Double barracks and bunker. So I don't... Yeah, this is fine, pero I don't think na makakapass dito. Hopefully not. Okay, that's a wall. We'll see later. Sabotage ata game. It's okay. And now, we'll be seeing Zerglings. This will be our first battling units. Zerglings from the blue team. Zerglings for the other blue team. Joining in the middle. Spotting for the opponent. Saan sila susugod? Sino uunahin nila? Spotter Overlord, hindi niya nakita na may lumabas. Shout out Jonuts. Shout out to Mr. Jonuts. Ayan po, makikita po nila. Handa ba sa ating Protoss, Red Protoss 30? Handa ka ba sa link flood na mangyayari with Zealot support? Okay, pagtutulungan po nila to. Mukhang kailangan... Mr. Red, Hibiscus, kailangan mong tulungan yung kakampi mo dahil susugurin na siya. Pasok sa Nexus. Ayun na. 30, going for the help. Pasok. Ayun na, dinedire-diretso na po nila. Zerglings flooding in the main base of our red Terran player. Ngayon po, sumusugod na po. Having reinforcement. Sending reinforcement ang red team. Will the blue Protoss of the red team be able to hold this? Pinapatay po ang pylon para ma-depower ng gateway. Zealots incoming, Zerglings incoming, pero massacre pa rin po ang ginagawa ng link flood na to. Doing a lot of damage, killing probes left, right, and center. Pinapatay na po nila yung Nexus. At ayan na po ang ating reinforcement. Zerglings nag-i-intercept ng mga reinforcement na parating. Mid na iba, says Bad Trip. Ngayon po nagsisend na po ng mga reinforcements yung red. Andito na po sila. Will the blue team be successful to kill this Nexus? Hindi po. Makakabangon pa kaya ang economy ni 30? Pwede, but that is a very high mineral attack. Marami silang in-invest doon. Highly investing on units early on. So, medyo kailangan maghabol ng blue team dahil na-deflect ni 30. But look at his base. All in shambles. Buti na lang dumating ang kanyang mga kakampi. Now, pulling the boys. SCV and Marines with Zergling support. Laban po sa ating mga Terran. Oh my god, this Terran. Legit shield. Is this legit shield? No, this is... Valorant Jepot, patay po lahat ng units niya. Unti-unti pong minamassacre yung mga Marines. Dapat nag-back out na agad siya. Zealots hindi pumupunta sa mid. Great attack by the blue team. At i-continue nila ang pagsalakay sa 12 o'clock position. Go 12 as said by Bad Trip. They'll continue to kill this team. Great buying of time for the Zealots here and the reinforcements. Pero hindi ko gusto yung ginagawa ng red team. Masyado silang lenient. Okay, walang bunker dito. So kailangan pa nila ng mas malaking persa dahil kapag na-wipe out na tong push na to, most likely, ayan po, as I've said a while ago, nandyan na po ang mga Zerglings. And ang reinforcements ng blue, great delaying tactics by the red. Pero, pag na-wipe out na tong army na to, most likely babalik uli sila sa 12 o'clock position. Wag mo sayangin yung mga Zerglings mo. Let them run. Let the Zealots run and chase them. So, it becomes a very bloody skirmish dito sa middle base. Sa middle area ng ating map. And most likely, magsasettle down ang ating battle at this moment. So, we will check on their bases once again. 30, dumudugo, pero buhay pa. Almost half of his Nexus health is gone, but thankfully, shields generate sa Protoss player. Ayan na po, iniisa-isa na ni Blue. Hindi pa rin tapos ang onslaught ng Blue. Zealots going to the 1 o'clock base of the Protoss here. Si Big Boss ay aatakihin ni Bad Trip. So now, Zergling Reinforcement. Patuloy po nagpapadala ng Zergling Reinforcement ang ating Blue Team sa 12 o'clock position. Ngayon, pinagdidiskitahan naman nilang 1 o'clock position. I'd suggest na dapat itong clump of units ito sumusugod na dito. It's almost dead. Ayan, tingnan nyo naman po. 4 na 30 Zealots and 3 Big Boss Zealots. Now, skirmish again in the middle. While we're doing this, Terran Academy researching most likely Stim. Help 1 as said. Shot caller pala si 30 and at the same time, great hold as well. So, okay na yung placement ng cannon na yan. Hindi na mabibreak yan. But unfortunately, dito naman susugod ang ating Blue Team. Kaya-kaya na lang i-hold to. Ngayon, ang Marines, Arterial Marines, Baloran Jepot, clumping his Marines para magkaroon ng magandang firepower ability. 4 Zerglings from legit shield, but I don't think that it would be enough. Help Terran. So ngayon, same pattern like the 12 o'clock position. Pinapatay na. Green, may tao ka pa sa base ko. So now the green Protoss is being attacked at the moment. Meron na rin tayong Steam activated by... Who activated Steam? So, inactivate to ni... Pain in the ass. So, great economic damage once again. Kahit na nag-i-invest ng maraming units ang Blue Team, I think they're still continuing to macro up really good. Pero this Zerg base can have more potential in creating more units. Nubiscus. Yep, this one. Oh, this one. Kailangan mo ba mag-add ng hatchery, sir? Sir Nubiscus. You're floating with 800. Let's go back to the action. Na-defend na po uli ng red team yung onslaught ng blue team. And now, we will be checking the skirmishes of the red team versus the blue team on the top left, the 11 o'clock position. So, nakita niyo po ang sayaw ng mga units. Zealots retreating to their bases and Marines pushing forward. There will be a sandwich in the middle pero hindi magiging successful ng blue team. There's so little of their armies. So, they have to retreat. This is a very good unit composition. It's very powerful. Kaso wala siyang melee support. Zealots, blue Zealots, need to fight. Okay, retreat muna tayo dyan. Zerglings going in the middle. Tara, nice Terran. So I think they'll be pushing at this 11 o'clock position because it's the nearest base from the skirmish. Great interception by the blue Zerg here. So if the blue can muster enough forces, they can sandwich this red attack. So we'll see. Jepot saying wait, and Big Boss Terran sunod, legit shield wait. Massacre of Zerglings in front, didn't wait for the reinforcement so that they can engage better. They should have. Now Stim is being activated, but unfortunately there's too much Marines for the red team. All of the Terrans, the blue Terrans army is wiped out, unfortunately. So now, red zealots being sent to the 11 o'clock position. Retreating of red. Now, the red team has great map control. They're controlling the center base, and we will see what would happen next. Now, our Zerg Lair going. Is he going for the hive? No, not yet. Terran adding more barracks at the moment. The blue Terran. Hatcheries being added. Hydra switch for the Zerg. Zerg going. I mean, the red team going and going for the Marines of the blue Terran here. This is a bad position for Mr. Pain in the ass. He has no bunkers, no tank support, and he has less units. And this red team, if the blue team doesn't respect this attack, they might finally kill and eliminate one of the players in our 4v4 BGH. Unaling, says by Jepot. Tara, says by Legit Shield. Let's go! This is the beginning of our battle. Will the blue team react? Now they're reacting to reinforce their friend. Can the red team inflict enough damage just in time? Unfortunately, nope. They said sa 6 na. So now, they'll be switching attack paths. Blue team, blue Zerg team trying to intercept. I don't like this position by Mr. Demonsky, but wow, he repelled that attack. Now they can sandwich this area. Oh my god, this flank. This would be a great flank if ever the blue team should engage now, because the red team is in the middle and they can attack on all sides here. A 360 surround could have happened, but unfortunately the blue backed out, and now the blue army here is being sandwiched by the red team. Red team zealots parking in the front. So still, napakaganda po ng presence ng red team in the middle of the map due to the fact that they have delayed the rush made by the blue team a while ago. But still, the blue team is not yet out. They're still producing a lot of stuff. And now, this Protoss versus Protoss skirmish, blue team will try to reinforce in front and try to bust through this army. So it's a balanced battle. Red team should be blue team pinging. Red team should be reinforcing this push. We have a 0-0 army versus a 0-0 army. Is there anyone that has an upgrade already? Not yet, because BGH is when you're playing BGH, it's already action every minute. Now the red Protoss entering the blue Protoss base on the top left. And now the blue Terran trying to reinforce this position. But unfortunately, this base is slightly reinforced with dragoons and cannons. So the zealots can't directly engage. But now he's looking for the angle, and actually now he finds it. Another delaying tactic by the red team. Great map control by the red team while they're trying to kill this blue Protoss base of Mr. Bad Trip. So now sniping the cybernetic score, limiting the production to zealots alone. And these marines, they're very, very powerful. They have a great intercepting ability so that the other blue Zergs cannot reinforce. Now the tables have turned. It is now the red team's chance to eliminate an opponent. And now Mr. Badtrip trying his best to stay in the game. But Mr. Badtrip has the producers and defenders advantage, quickly reinforcing his units. Hopefully all his units will not start popping out, and once they pop out, hopefully they don't die fast enough. And now, while all this is happening, the blue team's Zerg Legit Shield is also in dire straits. A lot of Marines and medic support, while on the top side, I think the attack is already done, but I don't think this base will be saved by the blue team. This Terran army is dishing enough damage. Quickly, shout out to Pain in the Ass. Killing all the Sunkens. Will it... They should have added lurkers, at least 2 or 3. So I think 3... There's still time. The blue has... Oh. The blue has lurkers and the red has DTs. Unfortunately, I don't think this base will have enough time to recuperate. I don't think that they can reinforce the other teammates can reinforce this fast enough. And we will now be seeing our first opponent to be, our first player to be eliminated in this BGH. Old school throwback match. DT skilling reinforcement. So you can see here, even before the Marines can shoot a bullet from their Gauss rifles, they're already dead by the psionic blades of the red DT from green player. Look at this. Di na, di na tuloy yung research, says Hibiscus. So now our Moss Gold, Rust Gold, our gold Zerg player trying to delay any push that will be coming on their way by these lurkers. Shout out K Dodon Radiator, says Pain in the Ass. Shout out to you, Mr. Dodon Radiator, and your Radiator company. I don't know. Lair being sniped out, and had Vespine gas, and finally Nubiscus is the first one to be eliminated. Nubiscus has left the game. Now let's continue our 4v3. Now Mr. Bad Trip here on the top left, trying to create a wall here and a photon cannon line so that he can attack this base. But 30 is aware of what's happening, and he will not accept and ask for help for the opponents here. Oh Lord, as said by Mr. 30, mukhang nararamdaman niya na. Nilalagnat na ang kanyang base. But this base is quite defended properly with the cannons and his army. So, he can buy time. Now, engaging before ma-set up yung mga cannons ni Mr. Bad Trip. Engagement here and there. Shout out kay Budoy. Pain in the ass once again. So, now lurkers in front. But that is a suicide mission for the Vulture Spider Mines. And now Mr. Bad Trip will be able to complete his wall of cannons here, but it's not that big of a cannon wall, so it can be busted quickly enough if you have enough forces. Red team sieging the middle position. Great map control by our red team, trying to divide and conquer the units in front. But this is a sandwich. Blue team should react now in the middle of the fight so that they can sandwich this whole army. But unfortunately, only the blue Protoss player on the top left, our purple player, was fast enough. Now they're now reacting here. Pain in the ass. We'll wait for the drop. So now, let's see the supplies. 30 at the 89. Your friend Pain... Oh, that's sad. Your friend Pain in the ass has exited Starcraft 2. That is unfortunate. Then we will be entering our 2v4 phase of the game. 30 with the 89 supply. Psy lead. Can he recon back? Hopefully he can recon back. Big Boss 69 has entered a custom game called Dot. So unfortunately he's already gone in the game. We'll be dropping him. So Pain in the Ass was dropped from the game. So now it is a 2v4 scenario. Courtesy. So will Bad Trip and Hibiscus. Is it Hibiscus? No, Demonsky. Bad Trip and Demonsky. Will the two army succeed in defeating the behemoth of the four armies of the combined red team? We will see about that later on. DTs being used to defend. Zealots in the front. Scans being fired to see the DTs here. Zealots engaging the Marines, but I think it is enough. It is too much for the blue team. I don't think there'd be enough forces from the 11 o'clock Protoss player to defend this. So now the red just chilling around, recuperating from the damage of the early attack now. Great control and great map presence once again being created by our yellow Terran. So now slowly pushing forward, but lurkers, don't let your Marines go straight to the firing line of lurkers. They'll be massacred instantly. As you can see, that is a bloody trail. And now, what can counter lurkers? Of course, it's Mutalisks and your okay. Lurkers didn't stand a chance for the flying glaive worms attacking in the sky. And now the Marines and medics can reign control over this pathway, and will Demonsky be able to defend, hopefully, morphing lurker eggs? Will they be in time? Yes, they will, but unfortunately, Scan is getting fired up here. So even if the lurker, what was that? Bakit nag-error yung pating nung red tank? That was sad. So ngayon, kailangan ma-eliminate ni blue tong what do they call this? Overlords, the ones that give control to the Zerg players. So pinagdidiskitahan na nila tong barracks. So let's see. Storm's ready. DT versus DT action. So you can see green bumabawi sa harassment kanina ng purple player ng blue team. Now, the red team closely inching forward. But they're now Hydra support. The Mutalist cannot dive that. Being drove back. Our red Terran player decided to dive this cannon line. Will his army be enough? Great storm by the blue Protoss player, but there is just too much. There is a streamline of Zealots and Dragoons. I think it is enough. I think they'll be able to defend this. Wow, great hold. Great hold by our blue Protoss player at the moment. But I don't think that's a good way to... That's a good spot to morph your Archons. Red team trying to siege in the middle and biding their time. Red having expansions. Terran claiming his own expansion here. Our red Zerg here clumping his Hydralisk, and Mr. Badtrip trying to hold for dear life. Observers at the front. And Siege is here. So dito na natin makikita yung final nila in the coffin. Siege line getting up sooner. Oh, good storms! Deleting all those bio units, and now it's time for Mr. Badtrip to engage that small clump of unit, but he didn't do so immediately. So that's why now the reinforcements are arriving. Dapat na snipe niya na tong mga tanks na to kanina. Now our blue Zerg is coming out. Will he be able to save the day, and will he be able to claim the middle area for their team? So red overlords roaming around. Observers roaming around as well. I don't think that's a good idea to dive straight on in a straight line. Green, labas na. Oh, so that's why green is not active in the map. Carriers has arrived. Actually, Carriers SSS because he already has 6 at the moment. Siege on the left, Siege on the ground, and I think that's GG. So we'll just wait. Break choke, Big Boss 69. Geh, says by 30. So now the interceptors will be launched here. And supposedly the Zerg here can, if you only have additional of 6 to 8 hatcheries instead of just 3, I think you can swarm with Hydralisk in this game. But yeah, mineral drought na rin siya eh. So the red Protoss at the 12 o'clock position, reclaiming what rightfully his, and that's the pathway. Badrib says GG, and a smiley face. Badrib has left the game. Will Demonsky able to clutch this game? We will find out. But that would be a gargantuan task for our blue Zerg. So let us see. Let's play this in the colors, because all of these, we just have to focus on the gold player because all of these players are teammates. So no team is eliminated from the red. Great hold from the beginning of the match. Now Hydralisk, can they be enough to defend this flock of Mutalisks? I think they can. But reinforcements now arriving. Carriers at the front, sniping the Hydralisk then. So it's just a matter of time before we'll see the end of the last blue bastion, represented by the gold base, the gold colored opponent. So I don't think you should be wasting time killing this base. Pero baka naman may grudge kasi pinahirapan talaga ng todo kanina si 30. So venting off some energy and anger kasi muntik na siyang ma-eliminate early on sa mga quitted structures. So now Hydras don't stand a chance. I don't think 12 Hydras can beat mass carriers. And Terran! Terran incoming. Demonsky has left the game. And that is it. GG is called. The winner is blue team.